Oh, the dreaded team meeting. Yes, it's surprising how many managers are nervous about running their team meetings, even experienced ones, but new managers, perhaps in their first team leading or supervisory role, seem to get anxious about them as well. What if nobody says anything? What if I can't think of anything to say? What if it's awkward? So they come up with excuses for not having them. Yes, well, we're a bit busy at the moment, so I think we'll suspend team meetings for now and maybe try to get them started again after the summer break. But of course, they never do. Now, if you're a manager, I think it's important that you have team meetings, and in this short video, I'm going to explain why and give you some ideas for the content. First thing to say, the way you run your team meeting obviously has to take account of your organisational culture. The style of a team meeting at an advertising agency, for example, is going to be different from a style suitable for a team of defence engineers. So everything I've got on this video can be adjusted for particular cultures, but make sure it's something that's going to work in your environment. What are you going to do when the team meeting starts? Well, I recommend you start with an icebreaker. And this is just a bit of fun. Go around the table or across the people on the screen and just ask everyone to speak for no more than a minute on their favourite film or favourite song or their ideal meal or where they'd love to go on holiday, something like that. And the purpose of that is just to get people to start talking, open up, get to know a bit about other members of the team, and sometimes something comes up and have a laugh about it, and it'll give people something to talk about when they get home. Oh, we had a laugh at work today. And the reason for this is not just to get the meeting going, but a vital part of your job as a manager is to stop people wanting to leave. Okay, good people are always going to have other job offers coming, but you want them to think, yeah, but I kind of like my team, we have a laugh, I like my manager, I'll stay where I am for a bit longer. That's part of your job. Okay, so you've got your team together, either in the room or virtually or mixed. You've had an icebreaker. What goes on the agenda? Well, one standard topic I would say is safety. I've worked in industries such as rail and nuclear construction, where there's a meeting about safety every morning, and you can understand why. But even if you work in a normal office, it's worth having safety on the agenda maybe once a month. Ask if anyone's noticed any trip hazards or any other hazards in the office. Make sure they all know the fire drill, that kind of thing. What else? Well, maybe there's been some organisational changes that might have been announced in an organisation's email, but which people might have missed. You know how it is. Delete. So remind them of any changes that you think are worth mentioning, any organisational successes, and anything that's going to affect them. Now, your role in this is to be supportive of the organisation, even if you've got some doubts. So let's say there's a new timesheet system coming along. Now, nobody likes doing timesheets, it's awkward. But supposing a new system's come in, you might say something like, as you may have seen, there's a new system for us to do our timesheets. If you have any problems with it, let me know. We want to make sure this works. And if the company does have any problems with it, we want to make sure they don't come from our team. By the way, it's always our team, not my team. I don't think this is a general rule, but it does seem to me that the more insecure managers like to talk about my team. No, our team. What else? Well, maybe some successes. Maybe someone in the team has had a tough piece of work or has achieved a milestone or some other goal, and it's worth sharing that amongst the team. It might be a good idea actually to have one lined up in advance. So if you're in a service centre maybe, and you know someone in the team had a really difficult call, you might say to them, do you mind if we bring that up at the team meeting on Friday? And that way everybody can share the fact that there are challenges in the job, as there are in every job. But by sharing it, you can demonstrate your support, the team will be supportive, and maybe you can all learn from it. You could ask whether the team have got any ideas for improving productivity or morale, or simply making your organisation a better or happier place to work. And then you might consider having some sort of a learning session. You could, for example, show a training video from YouTube, for example. Maybe you can think of someone, an experienced and well-qualified a business trainer who's got a YouTube channel, and you could show one of their videos and get the team to discuss it. Oh, all right, okay, other channels are available. Although a lot of them seem to be fronted by business school types in smart suits who've obviously never set foot in a warehouse or a factory, whereas I've seen them work with the whole range of clients. Anyway, whatever you get it from, show a training video from YouTube, so it's free and public domain, and then say to the team, what do you think of that? How can we apply that in our workplace? And if no one answers, pick on someone. Jilly, what do you think? How could we make this work in our organisation? And then say to the team, when we have our one-to-one catch-ups next week, I'm going to be asking each of you if you've got any ideas for how we can apply this video to our place of work. And maybe delegate it for next time. So Pete, maybe at our next team meeting next week, you could choose a YouTube video, just 5 or 10 minutes long, that you think we could all learn from. Well, anyway, that's plenty content for a useful, productive, maybe fun team meeting. Remember at the end to thank them all for their work and finish with an upbeat close. Now before you go, just a couple of things. If you could click the like button for this video, that would be really great. Here's a video you could show at your next team meeting, for example, and here's one that's just for you for managing poor performers. This was a video from my channel 5MTC, which stands for 5-Minute Training Courses. Please subscribe for more, and maybe find my book on Amazon.